Fellow listeners, this is Romano Montesanto, and this is podcast number 7. And in this question, in this podcast, we will talk about questions, literally. You asking, or girl asking you. And why this podcast is so important about that is to know really what going on, and why when we talk with someone we need to be clear in our head, in our state, with our vibe, how we present things which are like currently happening in our life, what we are currently doing. How do we feel? Most important. And other way around, asking her things. It's a slightly different, but we'll get to that soon. What I want to say, and what I realized that I do not so much, and that I'm supposed to do actually like more. Not when asking questions, not being so much intriguing into someone, rather like realizing through answering questions when someone asks me, how do I actually like present myself? How do we present ourselves? How do we sound? How do we feel in that a certain moment? And do we actually like realize that a listener who asks us a question actually can feel our answer? It's not like they are body experts and you are not, and they're scanning you, but it's all about vibe. Everyone say it's all about vibe. I even noticed it's all about vibe, And what even I find myself, and even watching and going through my videos, and even in my sets, and even talking with like friends, I didn't realize, the thing is, how do you feel currently? And certainly you express it. That would be like normal way to actually like communicate with someone. But no one like ask us this question: what if we are like down? What if we are like on like weeks and weeks of negative spiral because of XYZ reasons? Just be yourself would be like nice, incorporated in that. But what we don't realize is how we present ourselves while we are saying, while answering on someone's question, And I struck upon that through like improving my game, listening like other instructors. And this one was like actually like based on like giving value while you're answering questions. By listening others, I would say always try to if you listen other instructors, always try to like implement what they are saying and what they describing, in order to like have experience, if not the same, then similar, but just for you to actually like realize. And for me, like a biggest point was like a realization that I was, and I am sometimes, I am so much into someone's world, but when it's about my world, I'm like, short with my answers, or like logical, or like, trying to impress, not saying things how they are. But what does it mean? As I said, it doesn't mean that when you feel down, when you feel fucked up, when you feel this, that, you are not successful at your work, or I don't know, you have problems with your relationship, or I don't know, you just like to procrastinate and do like low value things. It doesn't mean that you need to express it. Because every one of us have like bad moments right now, in the past, and like, other way around. And what we need to realize is how we present ourselves. What do I mean by that? For example, we'll go like this. If you ask me a question, I can answer how am I like right now in a state and what's happening. And if you are tired and if you are fucked up from XYZ reasons and you actually have like nothing to do in your life, or you're just procrastinating because of reasons, whatever, answers through your questions should be how they are. You answer how they are, no matter if they are negative. But what we're gonna do, we'll end up our sentence with actual like positive thing. What do I mean by that? So, for example, if you ask me like, oh, where are you from? I can be blunt, boring, and I can say like, I'm from Croatia. And that's that. What do we present by that? Just, oh, he's from Croatia. Oh, he's from here. Oh, he's from Berlin. Oh, he's from Budapest. Oh, here's, just typical boring answer. And what we do, if we don't realize this, we automatically switch to other person. Oh, and where are you from? You don't look like a local, and things like that, like not giving value, like actually like presenting yourself, saying things about you and offering a little bit more beside of bland, boring answer. So I can say I'm from Zagreb, I'm from Taiwan or Hong Kong, whatever. But what should I do? I should offer a little bit more. And what do I mean by that? By offering a little bit more, you will be, as they say, yourself. And also, you will sprinkle a little bit of like something what you planning to do, even improvising, even like faking it. Yes, people, you can fake, fake it till you make it. Someone would say like that's manipulation, that's this, that, but when you open a goddamn TV, manipulation all over around you. It's like something which is like ingrained in us from beginnings of time and humans. And what do I want to say? I want to say like when you ask me where I'm from, we are talking strictly, to be noted, we are talking now strictly when she asks you something. As I said, that doesn't need to be just, where are you from? What do you do? Are you in a relationship? Blah, blah, blah. Always beside of point, notice this. Remember, always, when you answer your question and you answer it like legit, offer something more. What do I mean by that? I mean, Oh, I'm from Hong Kong, you know. That would be like a typical normal answer. But what you can do, you can say like, you know, I'm from big metropolitan city in the east, and actually I came here to like know a little bit of European culture because I always found that culture like fascinating, and I mean mixture of people, and that's what like motivated me to like travel around and actually like you know experience life in a whole other level. Stop. So what do you realize here? What did I do? I answered my question not literally. I answered it and I offered a little bit about myself, what I'm right now actually I like to do. You know, I'm not from the East, I'm just saying, you know. But what did we did with that to other person? We gave her not just one, if we were like answered like with bland, boring answer, and then throw the question back on her. We actually like created something intriguing, give a little bit of more value of ourselves, how we are, how we present ourselves. I mean, that's why I say, that's what I say, like, say how it is, or you can say, you know, not directly, but actually like giving a little bit more. That's not indirect, that's just like you differentiating yourself from others, you know. And what we created in her, in other people, we created like intrigue. We gave them a lot of like small questions they can ask after you answered, and not leaving them like on a pressure and actually like throwing their pressure back on them, you know, because some people are not good conversationalists, even girls. It's okay, Jesus Christ. It's not like they are waiting on the street and they know every goddamn word to say, how to answer, you know, they are just bitches or they want to fuck you up and things like that. No, no. Girls, guys, they are logical. Actually, yeah. What we need to realize. So when we realize that our question, I mean our answer, is not just bland boring, it's something new to listener ear. We gave her opportunity to like gave her opportunity on a lot of small questions. She can like lead conversation and actually ask. And with that same thing, I mean, I can say it's technique. It's just like realization that through answering your question, someone's question, you can offer a little bit about you in order to like evade silence, awkward silence, you know, or like people blabbering around some unimportant things, which is like waste of time. We don't want that. We want to create with this type of answering on someone questions, we want to create intrigue in other people, guys, girls, no matter what your preferences are. We'll create intrigue and give them chance, like so they can ask, you know, they have like a repertoire of questions, small questions they can ask. And in this situation, where are you from? I'm from, as I said, they can ask like simple, smaller questions. What's that big metropolitan? They can ask like what you are adventurous person. They can ask like what you were like how to say didn't get used to, like what you didn't get used to socialize and things like that, you know, or was it hard, or I mean a lot of things, like you like to explore and meet new people, new cultures, you know, things like that. That's what's happened when you actually answer someone's question not with bland boring question answer, but rather like with intrigue, with something new, with something encouraging, with something even you can give yourself a chance to like express your passions and things like whatever. As I said, boring answer, intriguing answer, and not just that. It can be like I don't know what's your name, for example. You can be like how you are. Oh, my name is Timmy, or my name is I don't know, John, or whatever. You can be like, oh, my name, you wouldn't believe, actually, like when I was young, I was watching a lot of cartoons, and believe it or not, my parents, they actually like struck upon that, noticed that, and they gave me the name you wouldn't believe, As I said, when you listen to this, and when someone asks you, oh, what's your name? You can be like, oh, my name is Roman, and what's your name? No. You can give a little bit of, as I said, intrigue in bland, boring questions such as, where are you from? How old are you? What's your name? What do you do? Da 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 da. So, just realization that it's all about us and how do we present ourselves to others. As I said, not faking, being the someone who you are not currently, Christ Almighty. Rather being, as I said, intriguing. By being, as I said, fake it till you make it, what that means? That means if you are currently in fucked up state, or you have currently like a big dark cloud under your head, above your head, and everything is gloomy and there's no solutions anywhere, and you just, what you can do, you can go and sit and be like in that problem, in that silence. But as I said, you can present that, you can say that, but spice it up. Spice it up with something intriguing. It's on you. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm without job right now, but I have few applications which I can expect this week, which like really struck me. One night I was like sleeping and I woke up literally like, bam, that, I'm not for work. I'm not supposed to work. I'm supposed to create my art. And I struck up deep in my papers, in my art. I look my art, and actually like realized that's actually cool, I could like earn money from this, Before I didn't get that so seriously, but now if I like try enough, actually it will be like, okay, whatever. Now I'm talking like from my plain head, but actually like saying the things, not lying, that you possess this, that, blah, blah, blah. No, you are saying the things, situations, currently state you are right now in, and what you want to achieve, what did you do this day, you name it. But how to say it through something positive. Don't be bland, don't be negative. Or even if you must be negative, give something positive, but it needs to be about you. About you. When she, of course, asks you a question, it needs be about you. So as I said, realize that actually our answers not just present ourselves and giving a little bit of information to other people so they can like put in their small notes to be like share with you, like at peace with you. Oh, he's accountant, he's from from Chicago, and he has like 33 years old. He is 33 years old, and he don't have kids, family. No, I'm from a states, or I'm from my states. My country is led by Uncle Sam, for example, and actually, like, coming here in Europe, I gave myself permission to like actually explore something new. Before I was a little bit lazy, but you know how it goes. When you go older and older, actually you take your things by your own head and lead them in direction you want. I mean, that's logical answer, but try to give yourself a value while talking, while answering to someone questions. Don't be bland boring. Or what do you do, for example? Oh, you wouldn't believe. First, I was like sitting without a job when I was young, actually like asking myself, what do I actually like to do? We all ask ourselves that same question sooner or later. But what happened one evening, I was like cleaning my toilet and actually like realized that I can actually like throw all of my problems, things, like when I'm washing out the shit out of the toilet, same thing, and actually like let go of things and put myself in that mode that I can do whatever I want to. Jesus fuck, this was so logical. I can do better than this. Yeah, you can be like, what do you do? Oh, you wouldn't believe. First, I was like working all kind of things, all kind of jobs while I was in my teenage years. Till the day I realized I was sitting in my room. I was listening Robin Williams song, the one that he drops some meat from himself, just a bare bone. That actually I like people, and I like meeting new people, and that should be like my domain. And few months after that realization, I found myself like working for accountant, and I actually what I realized that when you push yourself and give yourself permission, and just imagining yourself, you can do whatever you want to, and that's how my life goes. I can do whatever I want to, So you have that answer, or you have answer, as I said, like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a doctor. What do you do? And you? And things like that. Oh, I'm a plumber. Or I work in a bank. With that answer, we need to ask ourselves, what do we first present about ourselves, which is like crucial, and what options we are giving to other person so she can continue like conversation, because I found myself like sometimes in my sets, as I said, I will try to correct this. I found myself like talking 90% of time, and she only 10, in some cases. And I don't like that, and I did a little bit of research, because game is like not static. You need to improve it with every year. And that's how it goes. It's like when social media makes something new and creates some new image or brand, everyone like turn their attention toward that, and they start to like act upon it, and be like that and believe like that. I mean, if you remember Kardashians, movement. Yeah, same shit. And when you talk like 90% of your time and she only 10, it's like you are investing too much, you know. And she actually don't do a jack shit. And it's not their fault. It's like for us to realize in these crazy days, modern days where media is like a supplement, you know, beside the air. You know, first you need your media thing, then you can breathe and actually go to eat, you know, and sleep and da 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 da. We need to be in line with the time what's like circling around us, and it's modern age. And what we need to realize, people are throwing value all over around, and what we don't do, we don't present our value. We are so much into other person, even talking so much, thinking about that, what you're gonna say, ask, tease her, you know, lead, hook, when it's hook, when she's hooked. You know, it's too much. Because I did couple of sets like this, and good thing, what's gonna happen, they will be intrigued, and from that intrigue, they will close you. You will not need to ask for a number or, I don't know, stepping your steps, baby steps into her, like to have like a date with her or take her on a date and things like that. No, what we're gonna do, as I said, remember first. Second, first, remember that you need to offer value from yourself to others. Don't lie, be the one who you are, but at the end, say something positive. You can go like that, you know, first negative, then positive. That's easier way. Or you can go like intriguing, and you can go like not give a right answer right now, but you can go, as I said, you know, like create something intriguing to person to actually like she can dig up more. Yeah. And the third thing is like to be clarified that if a girl is like shy, and if she is like a little bit of talkative, and actually like you can see that she's not experienced with talking with guys, you know. But that doesn't need to be when she's silent, that's like actual like case, you know. There is a bunch of reasons, as I said, like a main reason is like girls are not like walking, they don't walk a street, you know, and they are ready to like guys approach them and they know everything, and like they are just waiting for you, you know, with their answers and everything. What you need to realize, it's when she is like that, that you can go, as I said, with your answers, go as you are, but don't be so much rude. Or I mean, this doesn't mean that you can go, you know, like, oh, I don't know, I don't have like anything to do, just went out to like actually like casually like enjoy, you know. I actually like to do that, and easily like found myself like talking with people like with you now, but you know, actually I'm not thinking about that clearly, because back in my head I just want to lay, I just want to fuck someone, you know, and that's that. No, that kind of answer, as much as it's true and like it's not so much intriguing, but it's obvious, you know, with this kind of a girl, it will like push her away, you know. With that kind of a girl, you should be subtle. What does it mean? As I said, be intriguing, answer your question, how it is, or be intriguing, and be intriguing in that way that like is not evasive over her, or like I mean, with that kind of a girl, you can't talk like she's a 9 or 10, and like you are not scared of like making her angry, or like you don't give a fuck. You're not gonna go walking on like eggshells around her. This is like I mean, this doesn't mean like she when she's like that, when she's like uh, when she's shy, not from that city. She don't go often out, and she don't know what to say, and she's overly polite. I mean, not over, she's like that, not to you, but she's just polite. She feels insecure. You can't go with that girl like that, you know. As I said, be subtle, give something normal, show your value on a normal way through intrigue. And with that shy, quiet girl, we will be like, oh, I just went out, for actual, like, have a couple of drinks, finally had like vacation. Usually I like to work like long hours, but this day is special, I told myself like, today I'm gonna enjoy, because I like to socialize, and since I don't have a time, I'm so obliged to my job. Every situation and a moment to meet someone new is like a prosperity for me, 1+. Because I was like working this, that, didn't have a chance. Then I realized this, that, and that helped me and led me to that story, that new town, things like that. Obviously, this is like a long version, but you can, as you think, when you listen this, you can go in your head and be shorter, and like create a small, intriguing question. Of course, what everyone say, I will say also. Have an answer for questions which are coming to you. Prepare yourself. Write it on a goddamn paper. Create some intrigue, As I said, on 2 ways. First, for the girls who are like, as I said, shy, don't know what to say, close body language, I don't know, they are just silently smiling, or like looking bland at you, or I don't know. Girls who with whom you need to like give more of yourself, not ask a lot of about them, because you will push them away, but offer. Yeah. And about other type of girls, as I said, who are like, 9s and 10s, they get used to guys like walking on eggshells around them, just in order so they can enjoy a little bit in their company, taking pictures with them, I will never have a girl like that, rather I will be her gay friend and things like that, just to be in her proximity. And she's bitchy, why she's bitchy toward me, high like class value girls, they are like that. Not all, but in 80% of cases they are. And it's not that we need to blame them. They are just surrounded with the guys who are like that, people pleasers, white knights, people who don't know how to read like social cues. They are so emotional, around them, want to please them, but not present themselves through the other lens, not tease them, not creating an intrigue, And with that type of girls, what you're gonna do? Same thing, but be, as I said, like also intriguing, and don't be scared to say something vulgar. To be clear, don't be afraid, scared to say something weird, cruel, R-rated, rude, whatever. So, with that other girl, nines or tens, you can be the same answer, offering value, intrigue, and that could be like, for example, that could be like, what do you do? For example, oh, you know what, I was, before I was accountant, but now what strangely happened, like last month, everything changed in my life. I changed my job. I decided to go travel and enjoying life, enjoying with girls, and usually I found that that's like a missing puzzle in my life, because I like to meet new people and I like to fuck, and I just want to enjoy, because my life is in improvement, and since I'm like good with people and I can find myself in new relationships, I decided, so I will rather travel, have like small relationships around the world, and making girls crazy, and I don't know, fuck a lot, things like that, whatever. Or I don't know, first I was a little bit fat. When she asks you, oh my God, are you going to gym? You can be like, no. You couldn't believe, like, first I was fat, and like I had like a daddy belly, but to the one point where I said to myself, like, oh my God, that's it, see that hot girls, and no, I need to work on myself, and not just because of girls, I reshaped my job, my new place of living, interactions with people, because I like psychology, in order to like experience life in another level, So now, since I'm slim, I actually like to stare and watch asses even more, and literally like give a girls like a note so they can realize and see me, I'm watching them, yeah, something like that. I'm now saying logically, maybe I should talk about through my lens, but that's not right. I try to be close as much to the point as I can. So, yeah, make a difference when answering your questions. There are two types of girls, as I said. I can say they are like normal one and bitchy ones. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. For normals, one way of answering. For bitchy ones, the other way. Be, as I said, be intriguing and actually like show a value. And if you realize that you're doing things which you can notice, like here in my podcast videos that I did, and you see that in the others podcasts, and I mean infield videos and actually like audio files, you can hear that they doing that same mistake, you will realize on what point they are currently. like in the business of approaching a woman. Yeah. So be intriguing, say something a little bit more about you, let it be honest, and, create something that she can ask you, for more. The best way would be like, what, you didn't go to school? I mean, that's obviously a bullshit test. You will answer that with, as I said, like exaggerating or push-pull, or just like you will shrug your shoulders and continue. You ain't gonna hear that question of her, or you will give her a look like, what the fuck, and then she will ask you a question. But yeah, simple normal questions, you can go, as I said, answering them. You can go a little bit positive and a little bit negative, or first negative then positive, or you can go and like create an intrigue and be actually like giving her a chance to stay set and not to create that awkward silence, which sometimes it's good, but not in the initial phase. And you will give her that experience, Are you driving? And it's like a bitchy girl. Oh, listen, I don't know what you want, but finally, like, I take care of my car, I drive him without a license, and that put me like in big trouble. But now I founded a solution in which I can actually like enjoy and without the car, and actually like meet girls and like still enjoy in life without knowing that I need a car. Because I have that technique, which I realized while I was like at my place and it was dark, and I stood up and, had a clarity in my head. Yeah. And from that point, as you can listen my answer, you can go and find like a couple of points which you can, ask questions about. Of what's that realization, or what's the way now you are like actually living and like meeting people. What, and you didn't get caught driving without a license? Never? Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. As you can see, And as I said, the best way is like write your answers, write your questions you expect people gonna ask you, and write your answers. Let them be short, not like this. I'm just trying to give a best example. But, let them be short, create something intriguing, and if it's like a bitchy girl, 9s or 10s, it doesn't mean that 9s or 10s are like every one of them it's bitchy. No. But the vast majority is. Create also, as I said, for them, create also questions they are gonna ask you. Create your answers, let them be short, create intrigue, or as I said, if you can't currently like, or if you don't understand this, create something which is right now happening with you, and create something like positive, hopes, things, what you're gonna do, what you are planning to do, what you expect, and the most important, how are you like feeling in correlation with that. And also like for like shy girls, girls who don't know how to lead with conversation and they are stifled, same thing, same questions, same answers, but as I said, be subtle. For 9s and 10s, don't be afraid to say something rude to them, to people around, to objectifying your view on a life. Don't be afraid to say or to swear or to say fuck or Jesus fuck or I don't know, whatever. So, two types of girls, two types of answers for two types of girls, and hope that you will understand a little bit better and improve your game and actually like see results with this. Of course, you can go around the YouTube and other platforms and search for more reasons, like actually why not to, But trust me, after some years of like working with that game and actually like throwing myself in a set from a set to another set, bunch of sets, I realized, bunch of like failure sets, I realized I'm doing a lot, I'm speaking a lot, 90-10, it would be other way around, but it's certain situation in a set when you need to be 10-90. And yeah, oh my god, we are going like 46 minutes right now. This one gonna be lengthy, but I don't give a fuck. Let it be known, and this video, this audio, like example, how much importance I'm like giving to this, because I noticed even myself and the other POAs, intermediate, especially like the one who are freshly started, and even sometimes experts, they are like doing a lot. I'm doing a lot, and when it's about presenting myself, I do less, No, we will need to try to do the other way around. Try and you will see results. I certainly saw them. I certainly have like situations where a girl calls me with her number, and it's like even I have situations where girls like ask me for a drink, like, oh come on, let's go on a coffee. They would pay a drink, everything, just because of giving a little bit of more sample about you, but through the lens of positivity, of like valuing yourself, your life, your successes, your failures, not being so much obvious with them, but being subtle, and actually like to calibrate yourself to the point where you realize there are two types of girls and how you should talk in this situation, answer to their questions, and what's the right way. So that's when they ask you a question. Now is the tricky part. When we ask them a question, that's the other thing. That's the other way of like understanding. Why? Because we found like ourselves, pickup guys or like normal, like regular people who are not into this domain. When we like throwing question by a question, you can see this even on TV or like with random people on the street, people in a public transportation. They go like machine fire, rapid firing, like, oh, where are you from? How old are you? Do you live alone? Is this your neighborhood? What do you do? And they just expect like, she will answer to this, then she will answer to this, to that, to this, to that, and she will like me. Or she probably like me because she's answering, without even realizing that they are like just in that autopilot mode with short answers. Yes, no, I'm from here, I'm not from here. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boring, 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 boring. Fucking boring. So what do we need to do, or how can we like fix that situation so you can go in our favor even more? What we're gonna do, we will do, instead of questions, what I realized and what I digged about and searched and actually like go through other POA's material and like trying them on the street, in a coffee bar shops, in malls. I realized like instead of questions, we will use statements. Statements. And what does it mean? By saying and wanting to say, where are you from? Because that's your question forming in your head right now, because that's the time when you need to ask. You will stop and you will reshape it. How? Where are you from? Statement could be like, you don't look like you are from here. What do you do? I mean, right now, it can be like, right now I have a feeling like you are just parading around the town, presenting yourself, you know. Then, what do you do for work? It can be also, it can be you look like accountant, you look like I don't know, you look like entrepreneur, you look like McDonald's worker, you look like medical assistant, you look like this, you look like that, you are this, you are that. Statements, you know, you are this because of that. And what we're gonna do beside that statement, and what we're gonna do while giving us statements, we will give a little bit of like intrigue toward other person through qualify them, through teasing them, and through assumptions. I mean, more assumptions, more qualification, you know, and how that sounds. And example would be like, as I said, you look so studious, and I don't know, is it good or bad, but I noticed how you walk, and you have that like weirdest face on your, you have that like weird face, like you deliberately like forgotten your books, and now you are like having really a bad day, actually like regretting, because tomorrow you have a like a goddamn exam, you know. That could be one example. Or it can be like, instead of how old are you, you will be like, you seem, I would say, pretty like grown up, you know, like you are in your early 30s. Because I mean, what I noticed, I trying to make a difference, you know. Are you like old enough to like just to be my friend, or just in order to like old enough to be my like lover? For example, imagine that you say that to actually like 9 or 10. That will crack them up, you know. They didn't get used to that kind of conversation, you know. That will create like intrigue in her, and she will, as I said, go qualify herself. She will answer to these, and actually, like, it's more enjoying, because imagine that you ask someone like, oh, are you from here? And they will say like, yeah, I'm from here. Stop. What do you do? Oh, I'm a engineer. Stop. And now it's about you. Oh, you need to talk about engineers and things like that. In the bigger picture, Loken, what is going on? It's like you investing, 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 investing. She answered to your question, you need to invest, invest, invest. And it's like over-investing, putting her on a pedestal, which it is over-egging the pudding, Instead of that, as I said, you will go with assumptions. If I can say, call a read, but create something intriguing. Give her a notice that she realize you have like personality, you are not scared of expressing like positive, negative, you are different than others, and yeah, they will gonna like it, either like bitchy girls or shy girls, I mean, not every 9 or 10 are bitchy. I met a couple of them, and they are like actually okay, They just didn't get used to talk with men like me, They get used to with a bunch of guys, they walk on eggshells around them and try to please them, not showing that they have a dick, not being able to say something rude or insult them. Who fucking cares if she's insulted, it's just a word. Fuck's sake, see, if you can go over that, it is how it is, take it or leave it. And girls usually didn't get used to guys like this. They maybe have like one guy like that, but that guy is not for relationship, it's not for this, that, like getting her purses from a shopping, just in order to enjoy in her little world. I mean, not little, in her big world, and you are like, puppy. No. She banged that guy. She fuck with that guy. She enjoys with that guy. She drinks. She even gives him like her ass, her meat hole. And yeah, the other guys who are nice, who are trying to please white knights, they are actually like, they will do everything, they will listen things, they will, be all over the place because of her. And later on, they will masturbate. And that's it. That's the reality, harsh reality. Show that you have a dick. Show that you can be rude. Show that you can insult her. As I said long before, do it with a smile on your face. If you desire to continue with that set, after her reaction, say, sorry, that was too much. Anyway, Don't be like, sorry. Oh, I mean, sorry. Please forgive me. No, that was too much. No, please, sorry. No, say, okay, I was over the top. Either way, change the subject, So let's go back to that second question, which is like when we ask someone a question. Yes, you can go, as I said, with statements, and then you can go like with, after the statement, you can go with qualifying her, assumptions, thesis. The other way of that second question, you can go also, but a little bit logical, you can go also with like normal question, like, oh, are you from here? Because you are over the top with your looks, and that's like something what I notice. I have a good eye of catching that, and I wanna like see if this girl like it's like fucking boring, or it's gonna actually like make my day and like not piss me up, of course with a grin on your face, you know. Or you can go, as I said, with assumptions. You can go, not assumptions, you can go with statements, a little bit of cold read. She, instead of asking what she's currently doing, you can go, you look like you are catching like non-existent train. Funny it is, I noticed like you were walking and you were like just like having that face like, oh my god, I'm disgusted about everything of this, about all of this, and now this guy gonna make my day, I mean, that's a little bit bad example, but you can go also like, I don't know, you seem pretty stylish. Funny it is, yesterday I was like walking around and doing my thing and actually struck upon like your evil twin, and now I'm like indecisive a little bit. Not that I'm always like that, but this is a special case, Are you more in a good side or a bad, Are you more naughty? Are you more horny? And things like that. I mean, that's over top a little bit. Or you can go like, you can go also like with, instead of how old are you, you can be like, you seem pretty grown up. Because usually I can read that from people, but when I see your eyes, I'm actually like know what's going on, and like since I'm good in that, and I having like a really bad trouble like get rid of girls, I think like there is something more about you. It's usually how I can perceive that and how can I feel that, and usually that's true. Of course, I should written my answers. I mean, my questions, try to literally like correct them and make them like more like appealing. You can do that, as I said, but you get a picture. Yeah. Other way it could be also, you look like a typical XYZ girl, because I have that nose for typical girls like you, and I wonder where this all is gonna be, since we just said to one each other like hello. Usually when I came here like for the first time, I didn't get that picture because girls like have that closed thing in their self, especially to like for Asian guys, and that was a mistake, Since I started to explore things, I realized like this is something, Or it can go like this. You seem pretty studious. You seem pretty studious. Because you have that like a face like something's going on, but it's not. And that really like intrigued me. And when I found something intriguing, I want to find out more, and since you are open to talk, and I can feel like natural charisma inside of you, I hope you're not gonna like make me like sad and make me walk away. Yeah. Or you can go subtle, as I said, like with your question. This is like the best thing is like ask a question and they say something positive. I mean something opposite through like a negative lens about that question. I mean, you can go like, "Are you always so pretty?" Or you were actually like fat and morbid in your high school, so you actually decide to like give yourself to chance to be sparkly, you know, and actually like enjoy in a guy's looks, you know, while they're staring in your eyes. That's a good example, you know. You can go with statement also. For example, you are pretty smart. I think like, is it true? Or maybe I have a feeling like in your high school, it was the like the laziest kid, not willing to learn, not willing to do their homework, you know, and things like that. They will qualify, you know. Also, you can go like, you're hot. I bet you were so skinny in your young days, so skinny like your bedroom was your closet, you know. Of course, don't do that with a serious face, you know, go from that teasing vibe, you know, qualifying vibe, and they will qualify. They will be like, "Oh, no way, I can believe you said that, this, that, you know, oh, I can believe, like, you really asked me that. No, I wasn't that, I was actually like this. Oh, actually, I was like bulimic and skinny, you know, and I did this, that, XYZ, you know." So what do we realize and notice about us asking question them? Of course, we can go with questions, something positive, which is like giving them a value, you know. I like your shoes. I bet like in your young days you were wearing like fisherman boots, and you get tired of them, and now you are in goddamn high heels all day, you know. Aren't your legs like hurting you? What the fuck? For example, things like that. And what we realize with this type of asking for a questions, or instead of questions like giving statements and then like later on continue with a little bit of glimpse of you like giving your thing, your thoughts with qualifications, assumptions, you know, and like thesis. Yeah. It's another level of like hooking up a girl. It's another level of like showing yourself that you're not scared to go into her bubble. You're not, you don't want to walk on eggshells around her. You're not willing, and you just don't give a fuck, you know. Don't be like polite. Oh my God, you look so nice. I bet you were like I don't know, like that all the time. Instead of that, oh my God, you look so hot. I bet you were like spoilest princess while you were the youngest. Yeah, and things like that. So what, repeatingly, what I'm gonna say, with this type of questions, second type of these kind of questions, when you ask someone something, it's the same thing for a shy, innocent girl who is like, I mean, innocent. What that even mean? For Christ's sakes, I'm stumbling my word. Yeah, with a girl who is shy, who don't know how to lead conversation, a little bit stumbled, you know, about the pressure, social pressure. You can be, as I said, not too much, not over the top, subtle, and, you know, like easy a little bit on your thesis, on your reactions, you know, But for the girls who are like nice and tense, and you can see by her reactions, by her way of her body posture, you can see that she's like a little bit disinterested and answering to you like through bitchy mode. You can be like that. Be a little bit rude, be a little bit offensive, say rude things, subtle, not too much. And don't be afraid to actually like let her know that you just don't give a fuck. That what she get used to act like around guys, her orbiters around her, her satellites who are like circling her world just in order for one day to be fucked, to be in some kind of relationship. But before that, we will circle around you. You can be as much as you want to be mean to me, with your ups and downs, and you can insult me and do all kind of shits. And it's okay, I will have my time. Just wait me to get into your pants, Or I will marry her. One day I will be in a relationship with her. While the guy who is rude to her, who don't give a fuck about her feelings, her emotions, her hotness and things like that, fucking looking at her like a biggest piece of trash when she says something stupid, when she is like overreacting. He don't give a fuck to unfed her. And while those satellites and orbiters are circling, in the meantime, guys like that are like pumping her hard, drinking with her, like going obesely in drinks, in drugs, in BDSM things, and you name it. Kinky stuff, dangerous stuff, like that. And from time to time, she remembers you and she like answer to you and like say like she wanna meet up, because she knows you are always there for her, you are her orbiter, she needs you and things like that. No, what do I gonna say? If you see that something like that happening to you and you are have that kind of a girl in your proximity, I would say like either change your approach now, right now, even she send you a goddamn message, be polarizing. The best way to describe these two questions is like through polarization. Be polarizing, or if you think it's not going anywhere and you are in her life on low bottom, just move yourself out of her, remove yourself. There is a lot of girls with whom you can create something new, something fresh, with a fresh start, something different, where you will be the way you need to be, and not like in the other way around, be a pleaser, not willing to help, not willing to be there to listen, but just being there when she answers to you that she needs to get fucked. And literally, what I'm saying that she wanna fuck. Because if she approaches you through the lens of like, oh, we need to meet, we need to talk, things like, fuck that shit. No, you had something with that girl a long time ago, and now, like, when everything is done, we don't need to play our games. I'm not interested anymore in your emotions, I'm interested in that. How much will fuck? I wanna fuck. Do you wanna fuck? If you don't wanna fuck, fuck off. Fuck off with your emotions. Fuck off with your neediness. Fuck off with your things I need to listen. No. And every one of us have that kind of a person. Doesn't mean if you are like a woman like that you can't have a guy like that. Or the other way around. People found themselves like with the other people, they had something long time ago, they found themselves like hanging like a lowest fruit, in order to be able like be a rotten. while the on a tree, on a high, there are healthy fruits and something new. And we don't want to be that. So if a girl is a bitchy, if she's like acting like you are just another one of people pleasers, egg walking guys, who are watching, take care of things, thoughts, not to offend someone or say something rude, just because they can lose that person, or even with a past relationship, same thing. Fuck that shit. With that kind of girls who are like bitchy, who are like over needy, over too emotional cripples, as I said, you can ask questions and you can go first something positive, then something negative. And it needs to be about her, and it can be with assumption, with something, negative, something insulting, if it's that kind of a girl, as I said. But if it's a shy, introverted girl, be a little bit subtle. For bitchy ones, be a little bit rude, with true examples I gave you. And I touch upon relationships, I don't like to do that. But if you have like a girl, or if you are a girl and have a guy who is like calling you from time to time, like to just hang out and actually like just to hang out, you can do the same thing over here also. But as I said, remember, I don't know about you and how do you perceive your things and how do you want to lead your things, but from my point of view, if I had something with someone long time ago and we don't have anything more between us, I don't like that kind of games, like, oh, will you do this, will you come here, like acting like, nothing happened. Fuck off with that shit. I will fuck off with my shit. Both of us fuck off. What I like to do, I like to expect, and I like to someone say that to me. Oh, we didn't see like for years, come to my place, I wanna fuck you. Or whatever. Instead of like seeking shit and like being over the top, over like investing, like nothing happened. Fuck that shit. It's not important like if it's a guy or if it's a girl. People who are like, who deserved to stay in the past, let they stay in the past. If they want something new today, and if it's you saying, like, I want this, that, and they don't acknowledge that, they do a simple, stupid things like long time ago, I would be like, as I said, like with these questions, I would be like R-rated, over the top, if it's that kind of a person, a bitchy one. It doesn't need to be like, she can be bitchy like, what I noticed, girls who are like 5s, 6, 7s also can be like, fucked up with their expressions, with their everything of their own, what they present to you, like, and welcoming a stranger in their life, And usually, what happens, uglier girls, fucked up girls in a head, 5s, 6s, they will have like a bunch of guys with whom they are fucking. And when you approach that kind of a person, that kind of a girl, who's not so much overly attractive, sometimes she will put the shits on you so much harder than it would be like a 9 or a 10. And then you approach 9 and 10 and she's so fucking warm, so fucking welcome, so fucking over the top, eager like to know you better and things like that. There is like a distinction between two. And of course, through a life of pickup and actually like teaching and understanding this, first understanding, practicing, going on field, then if you are able and willing to like teach others, if you have that knowledge, you will realize that they are that type of girls, there is that distinction. And now going back on the questions, these two questions, what I said, actually like what you need to do when she asks you a question and how do you answer, and what you need to do when you want to ask someone question. With incorporating this style, which I tried, which is not my own idea, I saw them from other instructors, I tried them, and now I talk about them. Don't, like a no disclaimer, when you found something new from some other instructor, don't preach that to others if you didn't try. Go on field, try, see the results, and actually like you can agree with them, as I do. I agreed with them. It's true, it's not my idea, it's their idea. Their structure, their thing, I don't know, even far away, like from NLP, things like that, That's not even their idea. And there is a negative, Now I forgot what I was saying, Jesus Christ. But yeah, first try on a field and then talk about it. If you don't try, don't talk about it. Simple. With these two questions, you will make a distinction. You will put a little bit more of you. As I said, you can fake it till you make it. Don't be over the top. Say the things you want to like in things what you like to succeed in life. If you are currently like on this place, talk that you are already on that other place. When she asks you a question. And if you ask her question, be a little bit positive with a little bit of negative. If she's shy, if she's a little bit bitchy to you, be a little bit rude, And it's all about her in a second question. As I said, like offering value also to her through assumption, thesis, qualifiers, And to be noted, I noticed that I mixed these two. First, you start with assumption, if you don't want a question, and then you go with thesis, qualifiers, and statements. Yeah. Or you can go, Jesus fuck, it's not important, you can go the other way around. It's just important that you don't give and ask her a bland boring question. And then again, another boring question, and another, and another. It's like, disclaimer here, note, when you ask someone a question, try to go with this way of answering questions, try to go deeper, narrow that subject, not jumping from one subject to another, narrow it, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. If you see that she's like emotionally invested and talking about that will be like a point where you will realize that she want to talk about that, As I said, talking through statements, asking questions instead of them giving statements, later on follow that with a qualification or thesis, or as I said, a question and something negative, something a little bit positive and something negative. And yeah, since I touch upon a subject which is not correlated with this podcast number 7, it's about a little bit about a relationship and people who are like come and go, who were like in your life, now they are in the past. I mean, every one of us who are doing like a pickup, we have a lot of girls who are like in our past. And what we notice, if we are like intermediate or advanced, I feel like I'm intermediate. Sometimes even advanced. It's like fluctuating from one side to the other. But what we notice, like we have girls in our past and it's over. And what we notice, it's like a repeating cycle on two ways. One type of girls in our past will be like direct, not like trying to muse or like out of us our energy, being like all over around, throwing teasers, shits like that. No, you were in the past and stay in the past. If you want a piece of me, tell me, I want to fuck you, and that's that. I answer to you because I want to have an evening with you, and that's that. Not going like in the small details and doing shit, and like tease you and play around with you, And for those kind of girls, which I believe every one of us have, I know for myself, who are like in the past and they like come out of nowhere with their calls, with their like messages, we can incorporate these two questions. Types of like she asking me a question and I asking her a question, or giving a statement, then qualifying her and teasing her, That's the best way, to actually like to talk about yourself, because her answering to you out of nowhere and years and years pass by, she wanna see, are you on the same place you were at the point she left you or you left her, or I don't know, she just answered to you like because she needed validation, and I don't know, she just wants someone to hang out with, and you can feel from that conversation it's like a bland, boring conversation, a lot of teasers and a lot of bullshit tests, from her to you, and to realize like both of you had like something in the past that's like a wrong approach from not just from her, from him, if he or her answer out of nowhere to you. What I say and what I suggest, I don't give a fuck how others feel. It's like if you are in the past, when you answer to me, you will be welcomed, but get to the fucking point. Say it like you mean it. Don't go like giving me like, or people give you like sudden clues, so you need to spend time to like spin your wheels again, for the same shit. And whoever is like in this and a little bit deeper, as much as you spin your wheels, what she wanted to say, tell me about it, you realize you are actually like investing in energy in something which is rotten again, and you don't realize that, and you are investing, you are thinking, you found yourself, oh, is this answer gonna be good, or what does it mean? No, as I said, respect to all people in my past. You should do the same, say the same, and believe the same. But no, go to the fucking point. And my girls from my past, some know that, some don't know, some don't want to go to that route, and still they are acting like la-di-da-di-da. No. As I said, be goddamn direct, And while incorporating these two questions, going back to pick up and approach something new, we will show a lot, we will say a lot about ourselves, and we will not be so much careful stepping on her toes, and like cracking the eggs around her, being polite. No, we will throw assumptions, then we will lead up with teasers, qualifiers, if she's a bitchy one, if she's 9 and 10, she's okay, and she's a little bit stifled or shy, I would say go with subtle, subtle way of, asking. You can go ask her if she's like 9 and 10, she's fucking hot, but she's a little bit shy, things like that. You can go like also you know. Ask, tell a statement, and go with teasers, qualifiers, and things like that, but not R-rated, also teasing her, but not over the top, because at the end of the day, we don't want to make like, it's not like we don't want to make, it's like your energy, If you deliberately like walking around the city and insult everyone, first of all, you will be fucked up, you will have problems, and it ain't gonna go anywhere with your process of learning and actually like acquiring this new technique for your better good. Because, as I said, like disclaimer to this video and realization, if you found yourself like me, that you spend a lot of time, a lot of minutes, like talking, and 90% of time you are talking, and 10% of the time she's like, yes, no, maybe, I don't know, at school, out of school, oh, accountant, oh, medical student, oh, this, librarian, blah, 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 no, yes. Stop with that shit. Use these two questions and fucking go with them. As I said, first, when she asks you a question, be intriguing, be you, and give yourself permission to say things, which praise you, which make you like attractive, which make you like noticeable, your things, what you do, your hobbies, something positive, which can improve a picture in your head, in her head, when she go home and when she remember you. Oh my God, that's Tom. Yeah, Tom is a lawyer. First he was a lawyer, then he go and like had that moment. Yeah, what's that moment? Yeah, realization that he want to help people. Now he works like a doctor. That's nice. There is a picture about you. Be that guy. And of course, there is the other way of questions, like when you ask her a question, if you decide it, and when you go with a question, go with that question, but throw something negative, something like if she is, as I said, bitchy, a little bit rude, and use, as I said, these as qualifiers that she qualifies to you, that she invests in you, She is like proving herself to you, You have like chubby cheeks. I like that. I bet they called you like in high school a squirrel. You see that? Of course, I would say this to a shy girl who's like a little bit stifled, or a little bit awkward by me approaching her and things like that. I would go like that. But as I said, for the other girls who are like a little bit over the top, they're acting like bragging and, a little bit bitchy, don't be scared to throw shit, like this, but with a little bit of rudeness, with a little bit of sexuality, with a little bit of, I don't know, over the top, something that will like be like a cold slap to her face, and making her realize that every guy is not like the same guy, like that chode who is like circling you, and going around like satellite, in order to like have something with you, sleep with you, hang out with you, enjoy your company, in that girl's company. No, you will be different. Yeah. And as I said, you can use these kind of questions. I touched upon that subject, which is not for this podcast, as I said again. You can go when your ex, answer out of nowhere, people from past, they try to remember the reasons why they asked. They answer you because they want to see, are you on the same place they left you a long time ago? Or you are actually like having something or doing something new in your life, and actually like you continue to live, after you and her, or after you and him break up, So use these two questions also. So, big thing to know when you answering about yourself and when you talking about yourself, give yourself permission to be as you are. Right now, I feel tired, I feel this, that, but I will do this, that, because I'm like that. Say something, give an answer. It can be logical, bland, boring, but give some sample of you. How are you? How do you deal when you are in that mood? And things like that, And the other thing is like when she asks you a question, no, when you ask them a question, you will have that two things in your head. First is I can go with the statements led up with theses and qualifiers, or I can go like simple logical question led up with some expression, some thought of my own about that, about you. Okay. So guys and girls, I hope that these two will help you to improve your results, and I know they will, because when we go home and when we like sit in our comfort and when we're drinking a coffee and smoking cigar and like thinking, doing our notes, what we realized is, as I said, if you are like me, that we oftentimes spend like 90% of times like talking about that person, asking her things, and they do just like a goddamn 10%. No, yes, maybe, I don't know, from here, no, I'm not from here, I'm from there, I'm from everywhere, And we don't want that. What we're gonna do, we will do the other way around. We will use these two types of questions, and most important ones for all to remember. Whenever you giving something out of yourself, saying something about you, say it like it is. Don't go over the top. I mean, you can if you want to. You don't give a fuck. But give a little bit glimpse of you. How are you? How you deal with that situation, put a little bit of positivity and creation and creativity like in your life, how you actually are, And when you ask questions, you can go ask questions, follow like with something negative, or you can go like throwing a statement and then followed up with assumptions, theses, and qualifiers. As I said, throw assumption and like give your point of view about them. It's not about you. About you is when they ask you a question. But when you talk about them and you want to ask them a question, as I said, use this, So, hope this is going to help, these two questions and the realization about them and the correction we need to make in order to be more successful and more us. Yeah. From a small undisclosed location and cold rainy day, this is Romano Montesanto. Wish you a good day and talk with you next weekend. Peace.